a client in court. However, as he grew up, he blossomed almost overnight into a proficient political campaigner, such that he was persuaded not to return to India, as his contract in South Africa was coming to an end. It was during that period when he founded the Natal Indian Congress in 1894. He united the Indians from different communities, languages, and religions who had settled in South Africa, and most importantly, he used the Natal Indian Congress as an effective political instrument to fight for the rights of Indians against white and British ruling authorities. Gandhi, as a full-blown political activist, didn't only fight for Indians, but also fought against black discrimination and oppression against the General Smuts regime. And the repeal of the Black Act was one of the defining political struggles he waged against the white ruling authorities in favor of the black folks. He fought against Smuts until he was released from jail to negotiate over the Indian Relief Bill, a bill which fundamentally oppressed Indians in South Africa, such that the Supreme Court ruled that only Christian marriages were legal in South Africa, and turning at one stroke, all Indian marriages in South Africa were regarded as invalid and turned all married Indian women into concubines. This program director provoked Indian women and united Indians around one common program, which subsequently mobilized Indian mine workers from Transvaal to Natal to vociferously fight against the bill. Arguably, this marked one of the biggest episodes in the South African history, and Gandhi features significantly into this rolling Indian mass action. He fought for his people until he left South Africa, when a provisional agreement was reached between him and Smuts in 1914. And his work in South Africa was now over, as in July 1914, he sailed with his wife to England. And Program Director, ladies and gentlemen, another prominent political figure by the name of Richard Sibande emerged in the firmament of history to mark another important episode of resistance. Born in 1907 around Amile, where we are today, Sibande was an outstanding revolutionary and one of the ANC co-accused to stand in the treason trial of 1956 to 1961, alongside former President Nelson Mandela and 194 other political activists. Program Director, this outstanding revolutionary giant was immersed into grassroots political activism. He was a revered organizer and a leader of farm workers in the Eastern Transvaal, and he ultimately founded the Farm Workers Association in the famous potato boycott in Petal district, and we are told that he was the local voice. He acquired his nickname, the Lion of the East, because of his outstanding and extraordinary political activism, and his activities made him to be hounded the political activist. In the Sibande was still defiant in the trial. His comrades acknowledged his capacity as a leader and elected him the provincial president of the ANC in Transvaal in 1958, a position which we are told he was re-elected into by a narrow margin in 1959. He was also one amongst the few accused to take the stand as a witness during the treason trial, and as an upright man who subscribed to revolutionary discipline and principle of his movement. He displayed his directness and unwavering conviction. Later on, the Lion of the East left Petal to the Vaal and was banished to Komatipoort, closer to the border with Mozambique, in the Ehlanzeni district of our province. until he skipped the country to Swaziland, now known as Eswatini, until his demise in 1987. In his memory, this district municipality was aptly named after him, and for as long as we live, his name will never die. Program Director, ladies and gentlemen, indeed history does not have blank pages, as those pages were filled by selfless deeds of the giants we are celebrating today. Those who refuse to drink from the fountain of our country's rich history are indeed lost. We must continue to pay homage to all our struggle icons for their selfless contribution towards our liberation, freedom, and democracy. And as I close, Program Director, let me once again thank the MTPA for having organized this Liberation Heritage Route celebration and for also affording me this platform to contribute to the narration of the history of the liberation of South Africa and her people through these two towering, outstanding figures we are celebrating today. We do this to contribute to the scant knowledge the youth and visitors to this district and province have in terms of the visions of the history of our liberation, and to the actors who were engaged in these episodes of resistance. We salute Herr Sibande and Mahatma Gandhi. Amandla. Away, two.
Thank you very much. Thank you, MEC. Lapha bokhuluma singisi manje. Siva sinibalekele. Ngoba ngala ePinar siyasikhuluma mara sifana nalesi. Izintombi zime kancane. We will call upon the Deputy Chairperson of the board to come and give us a vote of thanks. Immediately after the Deputy Chairperson of the board, Comrade Salom, we will then have Izintombi coming in and do. While doing the items, we will second, third, fourth, njalo njalo, the food is adequate. And later, we will join the leadership that side. So, Comrade Salom, you can provide the vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Siyabonga Program Director, the Honorable MEC, the Finance, Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, His Worship, the Executive Mayor of Msugalikwa, Councillor Mkhalipi, MMC, Osekhar Sivande, District Municipality, Councillor Buthelezi, Chairperson of the MTPA Board, kanye Mr. Victor Mashehu, kanye ne board member ngibonile laphayana, member Masipa, the CEO of the MTPA, Mr. PJ Nobunga, kanye nama officials waka DDET and MTPA, community of Msugalikwa in particular and Hartsibande in general, uneliswa lo osivulele kahle ekseni. Siyabonga ukuthi nenze lo mcimbi ube yimpumelelo. Kube yimpumelelo because u-executive mayor wasemsukalikwa usamukele kahle. Bas-provide nangevenue, sahlala sanethezeka njengoba sihleli so. Siyabonga kakhulu executive mayor. Sibonge ukuthi ubaba Nobunga usazisile ukuthi sihleli nabo bani la. Kubalekile kakhulu ukuthi uma uhlele endaweni wazi ukuthi ukhuluma nabo bani. Uma ningazani it's very difficult ukuthi ningakhululeka. So lokho kwenziwa ubaba Nobunga kuwenze ukuthi sikhululeke sazane ukuthi lo mcimbi ube yimpumelelo nawo. Sibonge Councillor Buthelezi. Sibonga ukusekela nguwe ngaso sonke isikhathi. Siyazi ukuthi lana asigate crashanga. Siyazi ukuthi samukelekile and your message of support has of this memorial lecture. Chairperson, awuhlala usifake ezintweni. Introduction yakho yaka MEC iyenza ukuthi simazi kabanzi. Ngoba siyamazi yebo uMEC simbona hamba laphayana kodwa asimazi ngendlela ejulile ngalendlela wena introduce ngayo. So